The first home game for the Duke men, November 25th against Gardner-Webb. But once again, no fans all season long there for the Dukies. Hello, welcome back to SportsCenter. Kevin Negandhi and Sage Steele. The Masters, it's time to talk Masters. Tiger Woods, emotional today at the podium. Tom Rinaldi joins us live with that.
We're going to start with a very tough week so far for the SEC due to COVID-19. This weekend's game featuring number 1 Alabama and LSU has been postponed. It is our breaking news tonight. The other SEC game postponed today featuring number 5 Texas A&M at Tennessee. That game has been moved to December 12th. The reason why: a combination of positive tests, contact tracing, and subsequent quarantining of individuals within the LSU and Texas A&M programs. Now, just yesterday, this weekend's Auburn-Mississippi State game was postponed until December 12th. And Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman has tested positive for the coronavirus and will not coach the team Saturday at number 6 Florida. College sports reporter Heather Dinich is joining us now with much more on this storyline. Heather, LSU doesn't have an open week left on the schedule. This game was postponed, not canceled. What are their options moving forward on a reschedule against number 1 Alabama?
Well, earlier today, all 14 SEC athletic directors met and they agreed that the conference should use December 19th as a makeup date for any games that can't be played during the regular season. Now, December 19th is the date of the SEC Conference Championship game. So obviously, if Alabama wins the West and plays in that game, you're probably not going to see Alabama play LSU this year. But keep in mind that there's a bunch of other reshuffling going on throughout the conference. Some teams that haven't necessarily had COVID outbreaks have had to move things around because other teams have, right? So they would like the university presidents on Thursday to consider the possibility of using December 19th for makeup games. So they haven't quite closed the door on Alabama LSU yet.
Heather, it's only Tuesday. We're holding our breath for the rest of the week with so many COVID-19 related issues in the SEC. What's the level of concern here for the conference moving forward, big picture in the next 5 weeks?
Well, I spoke with SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey yesterday, and he told me we're moving forward. He said we can't just throw our hands up in the air and not try to do this. But he did say as the disruptions occur, we have to continue to adjust and be flexible. I can tell you I got a text message from an SEC athletic director earlier today that said, let's get these games rescheduled and finish the season. That's all we can do. And that about sums it up.
All right, cautiously optimistic moving forward. Heather Dinich with the very latest on the SEC. And later on SportsCenter, Kirk Herbstreit will join us on how this could all affect the playoff next month. Sage?
The 84th Masters tournament begins in less than 2 days. And when it does, Tiger Woods begins defense of his 5th green jacket at 7:55 a.m. Eastern time. He'll be paired with Shane Lowry and Andy Ogletree, the 2019 U.S. Amateur champ. That's always the tradition for the amateur champ and the defending Masters champ to play together. They'll start from the 10th tee. Tiger going to be a hot topic, of course, all week long. What a tournament it was, though, that he won 17 long months ago. One that Tiger Woods will certainly never forget. Listen to him today.
That was one of the most, I still getting chills just think about it. Feelings, coming up 18 and knowing that all I had to do is just two-putt that little 15-footer, and my family there, and my mom and my kids, and all the people that helped support me or were there for me during the tough times. And I was walking up there just trying not to lose it and say, hey, I still got to two-putt this. And then when I walked off the back of the green, to see Charlie there and just open up our arms, and it meant a lot to me, and it still does. And just reminded me so much of me and my dad. And to come full circle like that, it still gives me, a little teary.
That answer easily gets a lot of us teary as well. Tom Rinaldi joining us now live from Augusta National. And what an amazing moment it was for Tiger there in April of 2019, a long time ago. Totally different circumstances there this year for many reasons. What did Tiger tell you about how unusual it will be this year as he tries to defend this title?
Remarkable, Sage, just to stay on that for a moment, to see Tiger Woods so vulnerable and open here a year and a half later, as he recalls just what an indelible moment that was. But from the accomplishment of the past to the mission and challenge of the present, he knows that he's not coming in with the best form, but he also knows this is Augusta National, where he's played so well so often. There's a lot that's familiar, but the mission is different.
What's different is the time of year. We've never done this. We never had a Masters in November. It is, very different. The run-up to this event is very different. Normally we have the Florida swing and the normal run-up, but this is unlike any other year we've ever had in our lives. So it's going to be unusual for all of us, and we're all going to go through it together.
If you're going to base Woods' possibilities on his recent form that he's flashed since the tour resumed in those starts, his best finish, Sage, as you know, T37. And that was at a major championship. We understand he hasn't flashed the form that he did 17, 19 months ago. Still, it is Augusta National. He spent his time chipping and putting. He's so familiar with this place, even though it'll play a bit differently in November. We'll see. We can't wait for it to get underway in what looks like inclement weather come Thursday.
Not a good thing, but again, to your point at the beginning, the emotion of Tiger to start things off on a Tuesday. What a fascinating week it's going to be, and Tom Rinaldi will be there all week long. Thank you, Tom. Again, Tiger teeing off at 7:55 a.m. tomorrow. Thursday. Other notable tee times in round one. John Rahm will pair up with U.S. Open champ Bryson DeChambeau at 7:33 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday, as Tiger again begins his quest for the 6th green jacket. Also, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy. They've got 5 majors between them, but no green jackets. Is 2020 the year? We'll see as they tee off at noon.
The Celtics have won 17 championships in franchise history. There's only one man who had a connection to all 17 of them. Tommy Heinsohn, the legendary Celtic, died today. He was 86. In Heinsohn, he did it all. He was a Hall of Fame player, a Hall of Fame coach, and later for another generation, Tommy was the emotional voice of Boston whenever the Celtics were on TV. When you look at his basketball career as a player, he started in the league 1957, Rookie of the Year. He was a 6-time All-Star, won 8 titles during the Celtics dynasty. Heinsohn later led the Celtics to 2 NBA titles as the head coach, racking up the second most wins in franchise history. In the 80s, he partnered with Mike Gorman to broadcast Celtics games and then national games on CBS with Dick Stockton. On the local calls, he was passionate about the officiating and awarded, quote, Tommy points for the players with the best effort.
Walker, nice move. Bingo.